One of our favourite self-defence tools ever are pens.
And you just bring them down.
And in this video, we're going to show you why. We're going to show you the right pen to select that you can take with you absolutely anywhere you go, with no worries of it being confiscated or having any legal problems. We're going to show you how to quickly deploy the pen to defend yourself in different kinds of scenarios. And most importantly, we're going to show you how to use the pen to defend yourself without causing any kind of life-changing damage to someone. And to help us achieve all that, we're here with James Stewart. You might remember him from the walking cane video. He's from Duskett School of Impact Arts, one of the best in the business when it comes to using pens and other everyday tools to defend himself. Right then, let's talk about choosing the right pen. We need a pen that we can carry with us in every situation. When we're on a plane, when we're in a nightclub, anywhere that we might be, we should have a pen to be able to defend ourselves if we need to. So, James, is this pen, this tactical pen here, a good suggestion?
No, it's a terrible idea.
Why is that?
Okay, so obviously you can't hold it properly because you've got this glass breaking tip at the top.
So if I try to hold it to strike,
Yep.
I'm going to stab myself in the thumb with that.
Yeah,
okay?
It's more of a hindrance to you than it is to anybody else.
Okay.
Also, it does what it says on the tin. It screams tactical.
It does. And what does tactical mean?
Tactical means that you've implied intent.
Yeah.
You've implied intent that you've chosen a pen
Good point.
to use as a self-defence tool.
So we're going to get rid of this one.
Get rid of that one.
All right. All right, next one. What about this one?
Okay.
My own one.
That's a better option because it is just a pen.
Okay.
But I don't like this push button at the top because once you do that, you employ what is basically a spike at the end.
Sure.
And you know that can puncture.
Yep.
So that's not one that I personally would recommend.
Sure. So with tactical pens then, what we're saying is we want to avoid the spike where you're looking at more impact.
More impact, yeah. You're looking at point percussive rather than point penetrative.
So that can go as well?
That can go as well.
All right. So what's your preferred pen of choice?
Okay, so this one is just a pen. It is literally just a metal-bodied pen.
Yep.
It twists, so there's no issue with the spring activated here.
Yep.
And it was from a regular superstore. And this one can literally go anywhere.
So there's 3 clear rules to follow when choosing the perfect tactical pen. 1, you need to be able to hold it, so nothing with a spike. Flat surface so you can hold it and get a good strike. 2, nothing spiky at the bottom either. We don't want the nib of the pen to be out because we're looking at impact, okay? So it should be able to twist to deploy when you want to use it, and if you want to strike, it should be flat like this. Rule number 3, it shouldn't break into a million pieces in your hand once you've hit somebody. It needs to be sturdy, strong, and able to take a good hammering.
And now we are going to talk about how to carry the pen and how to deploy the pen, okay? Because it's completely useless if you are, wait, aggressor. No, okay? You need to be very fast, you need to be very practical, where you carry it, how you deploy it.
So the thing I want to get across to the viewers is, as we all know, the most important tool of self-defence is situational awareness. So let's say you've identified a threat and you feel that that threat is sufficient that you need to access your tool of self-defence, your tactical pen. The moment you feel you need to reach for your pen is the moment you need to realise you need to be somewhere else. So whether it's crossing the street, going into a shop, finding an exit, whatever it is, if you feel you need the tool, you need to be somewhere else. But let's say that option isn't available to you for whatever reason. So how do you carry it? How do you deploy it? Carrying it, okay, so you should always carry it in the same place, and that place will be personal to you and how you feel comfortable. For me, 2 options. I like to have my tactical pen on my strong side, clipped into my trouser pocket. Another option, if you're wearing a shirt or a polo shirt, would be to have it here. Access it here, and it's ready to go.
Also, I believe in the concept of double tap. So if I'm nervous and that happens, I already have a second option. In my case, it's a tactical torch. That's a video for another day. But you can carry 2 pens, okay? And if you lose the first one, you have another one.
So we've talked about how to choose the right pen. We've talked about how to whip it out. Next, we're going to talk about how to use it to defend yourself.
You fucking ginger.
You've got an aggressor, they're coming from your face. Okay, boom. Okay, so you see here, he's already gone for that. I know that that's coming. So I need to change his focus. Yeah, whatever that happens to be, it can be this, it can be dropping in here. I can latch if I want to. It's not that important, but I can latch on here. I'm now accessing my tool, and I'm driving this in. So we're looking at the solar plexus point here, driving it in here, maybe lower abdomen, slightly higher up, giving it something to think about. Now, obviously I want to escape this situation as fast as I can. don't forget your other tools. Boom, nice kick. I want to be pushing him off and going past him. What I don't want to do is to push him straight back and turn. Boom. I need to push him in such a way that I can get past him and he needs to reorientate. So we've got an aggressor coming in. Okay, so this time as I access the tool, instead of pulling it out so it's in what we would call a saber grip, it's now coming out in a hammer grip here, which is a nice reinforced hammer. So, again, we've got an aggressor coming in here. Our hands are up. Yeah. It could be that we work this from a block and we access. It could be just, again, that we're changing that focus and we're drawing this out here. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to make an X strike. Here we're putting our hand out again to give us some space, and we can just drive it down in here. Again, don't forget your other tools, throw and be gone. Remember that you should use everything at your disposal. So Raul's coming in, he's being aggressive. Okay, so let's look at some basic punches defences. In this instance, you've already identified the threat and the pen's in your hand. So he's going to throw a punch. I'm going to palm that off here, boom, and I'm going to drive this into the rib cage. So pen's in my hand, boom, here, drive it, and it wouldn't just be a one hit. You give him a couple to think about before get going. This time the pen is held this way in a hammer grip. I move, this time I can hit the ribs this way and I can come down and hit the sciatic nerve. Proper schoolboy dead leg stuff. Boom. I hit the ribs here, I take that and I get going.
If you have some dodging capabilities, like in boxing is called bob and whip, right? Or just ducking, you can just go underneath. The pen is in his groin.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to push here. I'm not striking, I'm just pushing. Let go when it hurts.
So if somebody's just grabbed hold of you and they're being really annoying, you don't necessarily think they're going to headbutt you. You don't need to stab them a million times, but just a little bit of convincing to get them off.
So let's say that Raul and I, we've been down by this Grinja, had a few too many pints. I'm in this kind of messed up thing. I take my pen, see how he's going to sweep me here? I don't want that. So I just drive that in to here. Drive that into here. Just enough to get him off. You've got a situation here, maybe he's attacking a member of the public, or this is your mate, or whatever it happens to be. So you've got your pen. You're coming in behind. Make sure you tuck your head low here. This comes in and you're taking that solar plexus position and you're just bringing him down. The thing to remember is don't become tool focused. So it might be that I've come across this situation and all I need to do is give him a swift kick to the knackers.
So a lot of people ask me, why do you need a tool? Why do you need a weapon? Anything? You're a martial artist. Yeah, but I'm middle-aged. Me and the gentleman, we are not getting any younger. We can be facing someone younger, stronger, bigger, and even better than us doing martial arts. There are levels to the game, as we say in boxing, and in boxing there are weight categories. In real life, we don't have weight categories, right? So if I punch someone way bigger than me, probably I'm not going to hurt him enough. But if I use something sturdy, I have more chances to hurt him and giving me a chance to run away. I don't know, you can see I have a scar in there. That was my wife training, I think with James, 10 years ago. And my wife hit me there. We don't recommend to do that because I was lucky enough not to die, basically, not to get stabbed by my own wife. But she just cut me there. But if you go here, probably it's going to be manslaughter.
So that is why we love the pen. And if you enjoyed that video, make sure you check out the other video that we've done with James around how to use a walking cane for self-defense. Also, we've made a guide with 17 other everyday carry tools that would be very effective to use, just like a pen, in a self-defense situation. So make sure you check that out. Links in the description. Download it now for free.